Good evening, guys. Let me set up the screen. Hope you are able to hear me. Good evening to all the participants. Today we are going to see the webinar topic will be on strategic challenges for supply chain. What is that future holds for supply chain in a rapidly changing environment? In what way we are going to accommodate those changes in supply chain planning as well as in manufacturing and distribution. In this session we will see some of the brief aspects about these challenges. Hope all of you are able to hear me. You can always comment in the LinkedIn. And briefly, this is my LinkedIn profile. My name is Pattabhi Raman, and as far as this is my profile, I'm an engineer with PG qualification in management as well as data science. I worked in this type of organization in mainly predominantly in supply chain profile, and I was heading the supply chain in the last two organization for a period of 10 years. These are my APIC certification, and some are from Demand Driven Institute, also from Institute of Supply Management and Project Management Institute. Our organization is based in Bangalore, 4-year-old organization. I am heading this organization. We provide both consulting and training in supply chain and allied domains. We provide the executive certificate and diploma program, which are more of a job development, job skill development type of a program, short term programs in supply chain management, logistics, or one of our popular program is supply chain analytics. We also have certified sourcing analyst. We also provide global certification training program in the supply chain programs. Coming to the today's topic is strategic challenges and change for supply chain. So this will give you some idea of what will be required for future of the supply chain, possibly after 5 years, 10 years. You may be seeing the way in which we were managing inventory or production management is going to change, or it is already in transition based on customer expectation. So we will see in this brief session regarding principles of supply chain management, how supply chain analytics and big data is going to support in the future, omni-channel distribution, sustainability, 3D printing. Of course, the skilled manpower is very important in the future, without which supply chain cannot survive. Coming to the principle of supply chain management, there are seven basic principles. It has been surviving for a long time, and I hope this will continue in the future also. The seven principles are: segment customer based on needs. That will be there. Maybe the volume of customer segmentation may go to increase, and possibly we are going to handle customer individually in the future. Customize the logistic network. Third principle is listen to market signal and plan accordingly. Differentiate products closer to customer. We have been handling postponement or delayed differentiation. Source strategically. Develop a supply chain technology strategy. This is IT tools. In fact, supply chain is growing in a much complex way. Without IT support, it cannot survive for a long time. Then adopt channel spanning measures. You may see we are going to utilize these principles in terms of financial outcomes like revenue growth, which means you need to utilize the data and improve the performance of the supply chain and provide a better service level to the customers. Okay. Maybe most of you have some basic understanding of data, how is a basic raw data, how it can be converted to information and understanding in the higher level. This is where we are in the training market to provide a better training for the people. Let me adjust the screen, possibly. As far as supply chain is concerned, let me adjust the screen. I hope I'm able to adjust. Yes. As far as supply chain analytics maturity is concerned, it is at 4 levels, and we have to see in terms of supply chain perspective as well as supply chain analytics maturity levels. You can see that as the supply chain analytics maturity is increased, we are going to go to the strategic in nature. Possibly this is where we are going to integrate some of the machine learning and artificial intelligence into the supply chain planning. Okay, let us see in each one of this what is that we are going to see. The basic one is a descriptive, where we are already doing it some type of a standard ad hoc reporting, maybe some data from supply chain partners, some alerts and notification, but that may not be sufficient. And also when you have huge data, doing these analysis may become laborious. This is where one need to depend upon the system. That's where second stage is predictive, where you will be able to do some forecasting, heuristic analysis, simulation, statistic analysis, predictive modeling. With all this also, we are not going to the third stage, where the optimization and scenario planning becomes important in the third stage. The fourth one is cognitive. This is where we talk about Watson analytics, a advanced form of analytics. Coming to big data, of course, all the organization creates data in one form or the other, and we should know how we can process such data. When the volume is huge and the variety is in a different format, we also should equip ourselves to handle such kind of a big data. The third important topic could be omni-channel, the way in which customer is placing the order and the delivery being made is also changing. Okay, so we need to provide a method in which the customer is able to easily search our product and also access them and place the order, and delivery can also be done. So here we are talking about something which is available anytime, anywhere, anyhow, and any device. So this format is what now doing the rapid change. So we should reach our customer based on these different kinds of format, and the customer should also be able to reach us in these various channels. Okay. Coming to this strategy, there may be various possibilities are there, like one view of the customer regardless whether it's a store or internet purchase. So we are going to unify the ordering mechanism. Short term forecast based on understanding of what, where, and was what customer is buying. So long term, instead of long term forecast, the method of forecasting is also going to change. Seamless order entry and order management, we should facilitate how easy the customers are able to search the product and also place the order, also make the payment. One view of inventory for real time inventory status availability at all stocking points. Possibly you may be knowing Amazon, whenever you log in you see what is available, what is not available, and what quantity you can get. Same thing should come in B2B or other B2C environment. Flexible fulfillment network in terms of delivery options, meeting seasonal patterns, and handling return. Of course, we are experiencing this with some of the e-coms, but things may change even in the other domains, especially in the B2B segment. The expectation are changing. Store operation that replicate many of the fulfillment center operation while maintaining the focus of being a retail store. So the store format, retail store format, is also going to change in the omni channel retails. The fourth important topic could be sustainability. We are talking about environmental protection along with the social well-being of the society. So how the organization or the product can contribute to the development of environment. Okay, this is where this topic is going to gain major importance, because in supply chain, especially packaging and transportation is the main area of concern which can contribute to sustainability. And also you may be aware the truck uses the labor. Even in warehouse we use many unskilled labor. So how do you treat these workforce, and how you are going to improve their working condition will also matter. So finally, we are going to see something called green logistic or green supply chain management going to enter in the future market. That's where we can see a popular methodology called triple bottom line is going to be adopted by the most of the organization. When we call triple bottom line, we are talking about people, planet, apart from profit. Now current focus is mainly on the profit, but the future is going to be different. You have to take care of planet as well as people. So all your process should get aligned to this requirement. And supply chain will also change accordingly. And okay, when you take the business case for sustainability, of course the rules and regulations are changing in most of the countries including India. So we need to have some legal compliance, especially with respect to the pollution related and safety related hazardous material handling. Possibly now more and more are coming with respect to the employee welfare or society welfare. In the US and other countries, the drivers cannot drive continuously more than 10 hours, and they need to take a break. So we need to see both the angles, how fast you can service your customer on one end, and on the other side you need to comply all this rule. Second aspect could be risk in terms of short term and long term. Reputation could be easily spoiled if there is any complaints. Finally comes the profit in this. So future, you should also learn methodologies in which how you can integrate the sustainability practices into the supply chain planning. Okay, there are four R's of sustainability. Maybe you are already aware, like reuse. Possibly, we are now talking about circular supply chain. The item after being used comes back for once again, either for reuse or remanufacturing or reconditioning or recycling, so that the at least 70-80% of the part of a product goes into the supply chain again and comes back. So this is where we are talking about circular supply chain. It is not just scrapping at the end of the cycle. But I know currently we are not ready for such a situation, but future is going to change. So our focus can change on these 4 R's of sustainability. Accordingly, the reverse supply chain and reverse logistic will also gain major importance in the future to come. Okay. You may be already aware, in the e-commerce market, the returns account for nearly 30 to 40% of their revenue, which means their focus is on how we can handle that. But here we are also looking at the end of life cycle management, how you are going to manage the product at the end of life cycle, how you are going to get it back and process by using this 4 R's. Possibly, the advent in technology can also support in the form of 3D printing. I hope most of you are aware. For any product or process, we use system based simulation. If you want a physical model, it will take a longer time and much expensive. That's where 3D printing is going to help us in reducing time to market or the general lead time. You have seen this is being used in multiple areas, and slowly it is taking also coming to the supply chain areas where we can improve our time to delivery performance. Okay, you can see the advantages: quick turnaround from design to production, cost effective production of small lots with a special purpose tooling. This was one of the greatest constraint in mass manufacturing industry. But when you start using this type of technology, possibly we will have better visibility and we can improve the process. Design flexibility for complex product structures, ability to enable product customization. But currently what is inhibitor could be high cost of 3D printing machine maintenance and material. This could be the problem. But future is going to be different, because we are going in direction of mass customization. People want a variety, that too in a shorter lead time. So the way in which we are operating is going to change totally. In the near term, 3D printing is advantageous to fit to scale prototypes, low demand parts with long lead times and inventory management. But when you go on a long term basis, 3D print technologies may play a key role in open source collaboration. This is going to be the future. As far as impact is concerned, it is going to influence majority of the activities in the supply chain, and it is going to change the way in which we are operating the supply chain currently. Now, the final topic in this: supply chain talent management. When we are going to see a rapid change in the technology or the process, then you also need the skilled manpower management. Okay, so organization will also look to how to develop the manpower and develop the required skill by proper training and retaining the staff. Okay, what is going to finally happen is linking people strategy to business strategy. If business has to survive, it has to link with the people. How you are going to develop the people is also going to be important. So, in this short webinar, we have seen supply chains are impacted by wide variety of external and internal factors, among which importance of technology like 3D printing going to take a major role. Supply chain generate a huge amount of data, so supply chain analytics is going to play a major role in the coming years. strategies for success, especially the omni channel environment, is going to get most of the attention if you want to improve the supply chain performance. Okay, so sustainability is also going to get higher importance, and without that, the supply chain cannot survive. Finally, the SEM's staff management, talent management is also important. Now, some ideas. Suppose if you are in a job market, I advise you should possess these two basic skill. One is some suitable supply chain certification, which are recognized by the employers. Also, the analytical skill. You have seen supply chain analytics is growing, and we cater to that requirement in terms of global certification training as well as analytical training. We have a specific program on supply chain analytics, which is called Exxpert Supply Chain Analytics. Apart from that, we have certified sourcing analyst as well as logistic expert, and we do have various self-paced learning program. And where should I do it? If you are interested in training, you should watch out for three categories. One, you should look for people who are industrially experienced, who have experience in the domain at least 20 or 30 years. That should be one character. Second, should be a globally recognized certification should be there. Third one is the same candidate should also have a analytical skill. We are not seeing individual skill which may be available in the market, but a combined skill is required for either training organization or a trainer, which I possess in all the three areas. All our programs are weekend and they are live, online, and interactive program conducted by domain expert. If you are a fresher, you are welcome to reach us for any assistance with respect to internship, scholarship, and placement. You can also visit our site to see the Google reviews of our previous participants. Now I am open for any clarification doubts. You can always comment in the LinkedIn. I will be able to respond to that. You can reach out to me or to our organization on any career advice or any training program, or including any consulting related work. We can look in a practical angle, not in a theoretical angle. Any doubts, clarification, any of the participants? Was this program useful to you? I wanted to do a very brief program, possibly because most of you are in the office, so I don't want to take more time. Is there any doubt, clarification which you can put in the comments? Okay, we will conclude in the session. You can reach us using any of this WhatsApp number, or you can reach our website for any doubts or clarification, and keep watching for our live webinar. Thanks for attending this program. Bye. Have a nice evening.